Hey, Lo-ryders. I just wanted to come on here for a brief minute and talk about the interview between Dustin Ross and Maurice Scott. Dustin, you let this man skate over every topic. Everything that you were asking him was not relevant to what's actually going on. It's like you let him skate and just be made out to be the nice guy. But I also saw some subtle shade from Maurice, and the bottom line is he's riding with Destiny no matter what. That's what I got from that. That's all I'm saying. And you want Martell and Melody to get back to a place of what, Maurice? What? This man literally cheated on her for half of their marriage and produced an out of wedlock child. What is it that you expect Melody to do? And then he had the nerve to attempt to shut her up with revenge porn alleged, and in my opinion was some actual and factual, and threaten her, talking about stop bullying him. Who the hell is bullying Martell Holt? No one. Absolutely no one is bullying him. He's doing all the bullying. He's bullying you, Maurice. He's bullying Carlos, which in turn, Carlos is bullying Dustin into writing the rhetoric that they think that we want to hear. But I don't want to hear no bullshit. You talked about everything but the child of God until the last 3 seconds of the video. We heard 9 hours and 97 hours, and yes, I made that up. 9 hours and 97 hours of Maurice Scott talking nothing but nonsense, and in the last 2 seconds, he gonna talk about his arrest, and he said, let the courts do this and let the legal system do its job. What? What in the flippin' dip are y'all talking about? Why didn't you ask him the questions that we want to know, Dustin? Why? Is it because Carlos told you not to? Or because we're trying to make Maurice seem like the marshmallow man and he's the sweetest one in the bunch? Y'all getting on my damn nerves. We can tell in these interviews when, even though you mention Martell and Melody in the same breath or Martell by himself, they're always going to connect the two. And Melody's always going to be made out to look like the bad guy. This motherfucker literally threatened her with revenge porn. And you guys are sitting here like, oh, well, it was just a text message and I hope they get back to a better place. That's like the fucking panel overturning Roe v. Wade. And yes, I said it. Because you motherfuckers will protect the man before you protect the woman, when we have always been conditioned to protect our men, no matter what. And Melody had been protecting Marceau. Excuse me. Please, let's not make that a storyline. Melody has always been protecting Martell Holt since the dinosaurs was in age. You know what I'm saying? Then, after they separated and then finally divorced, everyone on this cast found out that Melody Shari Rodgers was the brain and the bronze and everything else behind Holt and Holt. But y'all didn't want that to be a storyline. Y'all wanted Martell to be the stand-up motherfucking guy. So y'all made up stories, lied, made up stories, alleged in my opinion, with some actual and factual, that Martell was this great guy and just Melody just needs to learn how to get the fuck along. But see, the thing about it is none of you have experienced anything that Melody Shari has experienced in her marriage, in your marriage, in friendships and so forth and so on. And when it's time to cut a motherfucker off, it's time to cut a motherfucker off. And y'all knew that Martell Holt needed to be cut off at the motherfucking knees. And even though he was cut off at the knees, he still keep trying to come back in and crawl his way through that quicksand and get at Melody Shari. And y'all are all sitting there like, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. We got your back. Y'all's are all a bunch of sons of a guns. And I'm gonna, y'all know I wanted to say it in my Bernie Mac voice. Some of my bitches. Yes. Because y'all know full on well that Martell Holt is a piece of motherfucking shit. And I don't give a flipping dip what he has on you. If you being honest with your story and you tell your story first, can't nobody spill your shit. But y'all decide y'all want to hide behind your facade and your fake storylines and so forth and so on and make Melody Shari out the bag to be the bad guy. And look at how it's working. Love and Marriage Huntsville is being blocked out, blacked out or what have you. And you guys are blaming us, the millimeters or the millimeters, for every bad thing that's happening in your life. And not any one of you has succeeded in completing a project to date. Whereas Melody Shari Rodgers has started 2-3 businesses before and after all the shenanigans that have been going on between her and her ex-husband. But y'all still want to cape for this dude and cover up for him and act like, well, yeah, it's Melody, but you're not saying it's Melody, but everything and how dictated your responses are, because I know they're dictated by Carlos King. Yes, you heard me, Carlos King, a legend in my opinion, with some actual and factual, because I firmly believe you are dictating these fake storylines for us to come to the screen to watch the show. But if Melody ain't checked in, no, we not checked in. And you have decided that you're not going to try to do anything to fix that. You're just going to let it play out how it plays out on the screen, okay? On the screen, and just expect everybody to say, oh, kumbaya, let's get together, let's go back to the core six. The core six is ruined because Letitia has turned into an evil serpent. Kimmy, she don't even know which way is up. Marceau is here or there. But we know that he riding for Melody quietly, but he's just not saying that out loud. Okay, and Maurice, I don't even know what and Martell, of course, he's still going on his world lying tour. And then now he dragged Destiny into it. And she on her motherfucking tour and stuff. But everybody has something bad to say about Melody without actually literally saying what the fuck she did to them. Absolutely nothing. She did absolutely nothing to you. She invited you motherfuckers to dinner, and you motherfuckers disrespected her home, started throwing plates, drawing on the motherfucking walls and whatnot, and just messing up her home, throwing pillows across, putting your damn game on her TV, and all kinds of shit. Y'all just took over her house, and the fact that you took over is showing no prosperity or anything that you are doing that shows any amount of success. And I may not have said that right, or I may not have said it to your liking, but the shining star for me has always been and will continue to be Melody Shari Rodgers, because she's the only one that is using this reality show platform for the intent that it was meant to be, to showcase my business acumen, and my successes and the things that I want to do. Everybody else is so busy talking about he said, she said, who did what, who shot John, and the whole 9 yards, and y'all motherfuckers still haven't figured it out. This woman has become a millionaire twice in y'all lifetimes, twice in her lifetime, in front of y'all on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and neither one of y'all have even figured out how to even scratch the surface of what she is doing in regards to being successful. I don't know what to say about you guys, because you guys is just, it's like you're a bunch of kids in high school, and you got to one-up everybody, and, well, she did this, and this is why I did that. The bottom line is all y'all motherfuckers need to call Martell Holt out, cuss his motherfucking ass out, get that shit out in the open, and talk about it for real. And Marceau, you need to check Letitia for the bullshit that she continued to bring in her so-called relationship or friendship with Melody Shari. The moment that you guys admit the mistakes that you have done on this show, and then fall back and say, okay, what can I do better? The fans may embrace you. It's going to be a long time before we embrace you, but until you show us, until you do right by us, in my Whoopi Goldberg voice, until you do right by us by way of Melody Shari Rodgers, and correct all the wrongs that you guys have done on this show, and then take it to Carlos King and said, look, we're not pulling this bullshit no more. This is nonsense. Okay? Because it's not getting us any further to the adoration that Melody Shari has from her fans and the millimeters and the millimeters. We're just the bad guys all the way out. And you're going to always be the bad guy. And let's be real clear. In the good, the bad, and the ugly, Melody Shari is the Clint Eastwood. Pow, pow! Hey, Lo-ryders, thank you so much for listening to this video. I just had to get that out there because I didn't understand this interview with Dustin and Maurice. It's like he let him skate on any and everything, and let him come out looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And you know we all love the Pillsbury Doughboy. But that's what Dustin was doing. And then you're going to get the last 2 seconds, you're going to talk about his arrest, and you didn't talk about him suing content creator. You didn't talk about all the other stuff that he's doing. And you just made it seem like he's a good guy all the way around. Ain't none of them good guys. None of them. Absolutely none of them. Except Melody Shari at this juncture and Ken. Okay, Ken, I'm sorry you with that woman. But I'm just going to follow your lead. Okay? So, Lo-ryders, let's get down in the comments, have a conversation about this, because I love to hear from you guys. You know I do respond to my comments. And please, please, please don't forget to join the Lo-rider Club. You know, 50% of all donations will be going to my nonprofit, the Brian Joseph Brundage number 44 Education Fund, where our ask is 44 or more. And hopefully you are willing to help us reach that goal. I'm not even sure anymore. Is it 25,000 or 50,000? Because you know I'm old, right? Because I'm 65 now. So because I'm 65, I forget stuff. So you just need to bear with me. The next time I'll have that information correctly. But just keep in mind that Auntie Lois is 65 years old, and sometimes she forgets stuff. But what I don't forget is how much I love you guys and how much you guys are supporting me. And I stand by you, and I'm glad you're standing by me. Wakanda forever. Thank you so much for following. Don't forget, getting those comments. Mwah. Peace.